Hi everyone, this is weekly call May 14th. Let's look at Bitcoin to start with, and then we'll look into other coins. Other coins, maybe you may look from shorting opportunity point of view. There's nothing for long right away, I'll tell you. But maybe which one is better, I could highlight. So starting with BTC as usual. Now BTC, as I mentioned on BTC Daily a couple of days ago, that the way BTC is moving is like three steps on the downside and two step on the upside. So when it moves up, it looks like as if it's going to recover, but in reality, it is going down because the net movement is on the downside, right? So that has been a behavior. So every other day it bounces and then gives a false impression as if it's going to recover. However, we know that which level is required. We are not in any kind of a bull trap, because there were plenty of bull traps from BTC in terms of whenever it bounced, but we are not going to get into all that. Okay, so if you're referring BTC daily, we are a step ahead in all. Even when we had this bounce this week, I had a yellow dot here. So we knew that it has to break above. It couldn't, it retraced. So you get that clarity. So if you're planning to buy, you know that, okay, what is the right level? And, basically you would know that, okay, now what level is required for you to go for long and so on. So at this stage, in fact, at this moment, BTC start dropping quickly. It started, right? So the next level, support level, is around 24K, and the level below I haven't added here, but there are a couple of levels, which is like 21K is also one level I found, 21K, and then another is 18K. So we'll have to see, but this is, to me, this is not even a beginning. Whatever we saw is just, it was part of the consolidation. The real fall hasn't started. We're not trying to scare anyone, but the downside move hasn't even started. Okay, what we saw here is more like, this whole entire drop is a reset of this move. So this is not even a bear, this is consolidation phase, where it could have gone up, but it decided to go down, right? So the entire drop is not even a bear market. The bear market starts here because this is the support, when this is the first major retracement, and then it has come back, and not just come back, but broken down. So this was a great opportunity. From here it could have gone up, especially this two candle, but now after that it got rejected here, and since then, when it broke this line, I think below S7, which I mentioned, was kind of a risk. So this is where the game ended. I mean, there is always some opportunity or chances, and at the point of you know or level where it could bounce, but it's important that um, it doesn't make new low. Sorry, yeah, it doesn't make new low like this. So it has made new low. Now what you see is just reaction. But this is, there is it tries to return back to the breakdown level, which it did. Mm, so maybe you won't be able to see here. Yeah, so that line is not there. You see this line. So this is near breakdown level, around that range. There is a range, 29 to 30K range. Anyway, so the point is, the direction is down, and we had to track at weekly. So you saw first the daily, and it's so noisy and full of noise. If I hide all these drawings, you would see that so much of noise and so many bounces. So to cut down noise, we had to track on weekly. We have to. So once we cut down, then we get clarity that there is absolutely no sign of recovery here. Okay, it's going down. So that's the situation, the present situation, right? Now, what is in the future? As I mentioned quickly, there are a couple of supports that I think is 24K, 21K, and 18K. These are three supports I would highlight. As and when it stops, I mean, we'll see. This is weekly calls. Next week we'll reassess and see how it is doing. At any stage, if I see a major change, I'll highlight as usual. Until then, assume it's going down, right? So that's on weekly. What else should we talk about? Because there's not new material I have, to be honest, because for last so many weeks I covered a lot of things, because now we have nothing but talk about the current situation and highlighting the supports. There's nothing that I can add. I mean, yeah, that's the situation right now. Now, so drop is actually mild at this moment. No major drop, like no 10% drop kind of. So it gives enough time. But when we talk about alts, they will make major move. There's another change that I'm seeing in the last few days since Luna situation. What happened is alts definitely go down more than Bitcoin, but the proportion was much higher. A couple of days back when the alts were going down, BTC was in green, like it was flat, but alts were like down by 15 to 20%, and BTC was just 1-2%. And yeah, so that's unusual. I mean, there's always the alts are more vulnerable in terms of risk and potential downside move, but that this week especially they shown more weakness than ever or recent time, and it shows that maybe, I mean, we cannot say for sure, but maybe they're like what happened to Luna. They were kind of scared that what if my coin might end up in this, because people who do not know will just think this kind of I mean, they build this kind of a logic, and sometimes it's not, but they look for, I mean, think extreme, because what happened in Luna was extreme. Nobody believed that this would happen to Luna, one of the prime coins. Everybody was like cherishing, everybody enjoys. We had so many targets for Luna, and now we saw total breakdown. And right, so very I mean, not everybody could digest this. So the sentiment is extremely bearish now these days, and probably they're dumping their coins, and maybe they're preferring BTC. So that's why BTC is having some more stability compared to other coins. So that's my theory. At least observation point of view. That's how it looks like, right? But the thing is, the Bitcoin itself is not safe in the, if you, from a dollar value point of view, because it's also going down. So if somebody says, okay, my alts are at risk, let me park my money in BTC, but they don't know that, okay, it will fall slower, but still there's a huge risk. And I'll highlight more risk if it goes down further or deeper. But at this moment, as I mentioned, there are three levels that you track: the 24K level, 21K level, and 18K level. And anyway, I'll highlight on BTC daily, so you don't have to worry. So that's what on weekly. Let's have a quick look at monthly, which won't be pretty. Look, so this consolidation is broken. We can clearly see it's totally deformed. Yeah. So it's this is a beginning of a downtrend. So how deep this will go will come no, right? And we'll be tracking. But this drop is like I won't compare with this, but mm, basically this is the first candle after consolidation. In terms of size, these are different, but like this was the first candle in last bear trend after consolidation, this descending triangle. So there is more downside risk. That's what I'm trying to say. Right. So, I mean, direction wise, there is absolutely no confusion. It's going down for now. Things could change. And we, as a platform, we are not very strong on bull or bear. We don't believe in all those things. We don't have any favorite coin. And it is good because we can be open. We can ride few things. Like, for example, Luna. Luna, I mean, now I today I see people are talking about Luna, but before few 3 days ago, nobody was talking about Luna. The same people were talking about 000. Now they're talking about 10,000% gain and all. So even TAs on Twitter are swinging here and there. Okay, and they're late. And people are definitely late and they're scared, but we are kind of we always try to be a step ahead. So Luna, we called out top, right, and updated on this various, I mean, weekly call. You know that recording is there. I highlighted throughout for all the coins, not just Luna, but and then of course updated on Luna, provided supports while it was dropping and all. And now we bottom fished, and since I called out, it's like few thousand percent up. So right, so that's the thing. On Thursday, I called out right I mean rock bottom when it was near zero. So the point is, I think we are in a better position as a platform in terms of understanding what is happening. What is happening is not in our hand, but definitely if we know what is happening and try to be a step ahead, then we can minimize impact and we can be proactive in our planning that way. So I think that's the attempt. We don't claim that we know everything. We don't claim that we know the future. Nobody knows the future, but we definitely able to assess the situation faster than the fast enough. I would not like to compare with anyone, but fast enough so we have enough time to plan our strategy. And another amazing thing that I've seen for the first time, that every time market used to fall, people used to get sad. This is the first time our users are cheering. Why? Because they are shorting. Earlier they were like hodlers, long. In fact, probably some of the user may not even like it when I used to talk about downside move and opportunity on the downside. And I was wondering now why nobody is posting the short profit trade. So understanding was nobody is shorting except one or two. So, and I was very kind of, I mean, I was not expecting that you should, because I had to stick to my TA stuff. But the point is, I was wondering that why these people are not shorting, if they can, if you have exchange available, and shorting means 1x, not like taking leverage or something like that. But this time, our family is shorting and they're earning, and this is always good to see. It's always good to see. So that's very different feeling I got, because you won't believe how I used to feel. It was like nobody would talk on chatter. Everybody disappears. Nobody would come on call, and nobody would comment on anything. Nobody would post. And I called out top at 62K, and I was wondering nobody is taking advantage of this downside move. So to be honest, I was kind of thinking why they're not taking advantage of my call or anyway. So and yeah, whenever I would put some long, everybody would just cheer. But the thing is, 99% of the opportunity was for downside. I was struggling to find opportunity on a long side, and that would be on also for short term, and that would also be for limited to KuCoin in most of the cases because some KuCoin were pumping. So overall market was very dull. Even so, whatever short term opportunity was limited to KuCoin, and so very tough time for long. But most of the users would prefer long only, right? So but now as I said, things changed. I see a lot of short traders, and that's amazing. Now I feel that somebody is making use of my data or analysis. Yeah, otherwise it's like kind of waste. um right, so that's Bitcoin. I think we can have a quick look at all the alts just to this is gone, right? At this moment, Binance, I had to put some other, maybe I'll add from KuCoin. Luna. Okay, so let's go through all the alts in alphabetical order. Let's see where they stand. We'll look into weekly. New low. Atom total. This was highlighted, right? See, total. So it's here. So it could come down to this level, 4.5. Huge downside opportunity. You see all this breakdown level. These are huge downside opportunity, right? So I added here opportunity, so much of it. And another thing is required level. So in this case, let's say it didn't so when it started going down, that means this rejected by the resistance. This is opportunity on the downside, right? From here all the way, because there was absolutely no sign of bounce. Anyways, so this could continue going down up to $10 or $11 AVAX. BNB is relatively strong, but it also could not. Last week only we saw that it could break down, and it now we see clear breakdown. It could land on this line around 186. But yeah, even BNB is weak. CRO is going down faster, right? We had a short-term bounce up to orange line and then nothing, and it's continuing going down, right? So next is what? 0.14. It could come down all the way here, actually 0.09, around this range, 0.09 something. So this is on free fall, going faster. Doge also, there were good attempts, I must say that there were multiple attempts where we could take, but this is simple thing. We have to follow technicals. We cannot just go by what Elon is saying, because Elon's tweet did offer some opportunity, but it was short term, and so we had to focus on the trend. Trend is down. Now this is consolidation, but trend was anyway down. It was making new low. Now it has made new low. So it could come down further up to 0.04 something. So right now supports are not important. Bounce is important, which I mentioned on BTC daily, because there could be many supports. Important thing is, if there is a bounce, does we have to assess if that bounce has any substance or not. If there is, then we can say, okay, now we should focus on it. DOT broke down, right? DOT broke down. So it's here, right? Now it bounced pretty well, but it could come down all the way here, right? With BTC. So if situation change, I'm going to call out, right? This update is based on the current situation. We are open-minded, but we need a good bounce. If the bounce is good, then we are going to change our stand for sure, but not based on our liking. It is going to be purely on TA. EGLD is heading for this last year's low. Yeah, looks like that's the destiny. Broke below this line. Ethereum, similar story. Broke below the channel, going down. It's going through this. So I think it touched the June 2021 low. Yeah. So this is the low, and now this is still I would not say head and shoulder, but because this is too high, so it doesn't qualify. But um, basically, this is a structure. This is a rounding top, you can say for sure. This is rounding top, so it's collapsing. So this could really go down 1400, but this could really go down up to $700. Flux, oh my goodness. But it's not a surprise, because if you get a green candle like this, you can also get a red candle like this or bigger. So this is another thing. If a coin is capable of making such a huge move on the upside, the same coin could make the opposite move like this. So I'm not surprised. So this could come down all the way to 0.33, and then we will see what it does. It could come all the way here as well. Extreme case, okay. But at this moment, 0.33. For many alts, we might see the complete reset. We have, and I'm not have, actually you have evidence. Look at the Filecoin, look at the ICP, look at GRT. It's a complete reset. So nobody should be shocked. And if you are having bags, think about it, okay? It's your choice, your call. But I'm telling you, I'm not going extreme. You have evidence. Some coins are totally. So all these coins could totally reset this whole entire move with this bear market. So we got to be careful. But at this stage, I would not call for this. I would say this is going for 0.33. But if this is broken, then there is nothing. It could go down. So that's what happened with the Filecoin. Filecoin actually a leader of a bear market, if you ask me, because that's the first coin. I mean, there could be other coin also, but this was one of the top ones, and known ones. It is the coin which kind of gave a direction, or hint that what market might do next to me, uh, because it was consistently weak and consistently making new low. FTM, so FTM couldn't break above certain levels, and then I had an arrow, red arrow, and it followed this one, right? So it followed that move. Now it could land here. When it lands here, you see giant. This is a giant arch. Right? So it might give a bounce from here, goes up, not necessarily all the way. We don't know, but we could see a reaction near 0.1116 level, and then a potential bounce, and then a decision. So bounce and potential some level here. We'll come to know what it wants to do. I doubt it will go all the way, but we'll see if it does. But somewhere here. So down, up, decision, up or down, and that's how it will be. By that time, we'll have a next call, so we don't have to think too much about it. Gala, look at this one. This is one of the examples with that. So I told, right, complete reset And this could go down here and make new low. Let's not be surprised with this kind of a thing. This was strong coin, Gala. Here you see this has broken HNT. So this could come down all the way here, $4. And if this fails, then it will come down all the way to $1. This is serious stuff. I don't name people, but when I see, still there are some TAs and very known figures are talking about bottom and bottom. So time will tell. I find very surprising. Some people don't give up, that they don't realize that there's no bull run. This is not bull run. They have no clue. Sometimes I don't see that they study or not. I don't know. But this is like 300,000 followers and 800,000 followers account. Uh, KDA, KDA, look at that. What to say? It's even accelerating here. So you see this, actually this has reached some coins that I mentioned hasn't reached. Some coins are somewhere here. This is moving faster. So KDA, excellent, amazing wave. But look at the downside move. Horrible, horrible. So that's what happens. We have to we had to understand that okay, it was amazing, but now it's no longer. This is chain link. I mean, I just added few lines, but this is also perfect example of rounding top. And this thing, an arch was added many weeks ago, remember? So this could give some bounce, let's say, and then goes down, bounce goes down. So I mean, I'm expecting the whole entire move to end all the way here, complete around $1, $2 kind of a thing, and then probably a bounce. I don't know what will happen after that, so we'll see. But at least $1, $2 is on the table here. It is very much possible. Okay, but this is just to give you an idea. Luna, we are tracking. We spend a lot of time now. Luna, it's not for long term. Luna is until the trend is good. I'm trying my best to spend a lot of time with you all. I open. I mean, I we had video calls, a long video calls. Many of you got benefited, which I'm very happy. Like people really, some of you got really good profit and all, which is very good thing. And sometimes, so this is a crap coin from its current status, but even crap, we find opportunity even from the crap coin. Crap, it's crap because what happened, it could recover and things could go normal, but point is currently the status has to be crap. uh, so point is, it doesn't matter. Why? Because we focus on technicals. When you know technicals, um you don't need to know why and fundamentals and all those. I'm telling you, I've been telling this though. So this is a good example. So then what is the fundamental? If you do the fundamental analysis of this Luna, you would not even touch it. There's nothing fundamentally. But if you know the technical, you can print money. Fundamental is not going to print money compared to TA. I'm not competing with FA, but FA and TA are have to be put together. But I will put TA on top of FA. If you know, so this is this. I'm not biased. I study a lot of FA, but more on economics, not on crypto level, because macroeconomics is more important. Let's say inflation is happening, how it will impact. If the bond yields are rising, how it will impact. If the oil is impacting, how it may impact, and so on. I'm interested on those fundamentals, not about project level fundamentals, token and all. Those are there, but to me, there are micro fundamentals, not a macro fundamental. So they don't play a major role in trend, in my opinion. And even if they are playing a role, TA would cover, TA would figure out that this has some substance, right? It's like that. So it's like, for example, when you go to a restaurant or order some dish, of course you would like to know how the cook would have, I mean, what's the recipe and all. But sometimes intention is not to know the recipe, intention is to have party. So when you go for party, you don't try to cut the food, whatever you order, and try to dissect and say, oh, this has this, oh, this has that, oh, this has this spice, oh, how much here. You don't talk like that. You enjoy the food. You just enjoy and have fun. The TA is like this: make money, okay, not investigation. So that's how it differs. So it's not that you cannot investigate. It's not that you should not know, but you got my point. If you want to cook, need to know. But if you want to have party and enjoy and pay bill and then enjoy, you don't need to know. So making money is the intention. You don't need to know any fundamental. Let me tell you, I can tell you from full guarantee. Give me any coin, give me any coin, I would not even know, and I'll tell you what might happen next. So based on technical, of course. So I and in fact, so many coins I don't know what even their use case. I used to read a lot of white paper. You should see my old laptop, hundreds of white papers. I stop everything, because then what I realized that people are just tweaking the code and publishing. There's no real genuine. If there's any genuine use case, I would read. Then if I come across, then otherwise I stop wasting time in reading, because they just tweak here and there and then publishing. So yeah, old wine in new bottle kind of a thing. They were just printing money all over the. So anyway, that's a different topic. But what I'm saying is, um, if you want to make money, I think knowing TA is good enough. You don't need, TA would cover everything. But if you want to be part of the community and interact with coder, how they're developing, and that kind of a thing, like cook kind of a thing. You want to cook the food, then need to know the recipe and all that. Otherwise, you don't need. Okay, so on Luna is crap, but we are making. So if they have a chance, they are doing really well. They are putting a lot of effort, which I see from the Twitter handle. And if so, we are going to ride as long as we could, and then we'll say bye. And we have a strategy. So I spend a huge amount of time, on an average 6 hour, more than 20 hours in last 4 5 sessions. So I'll try my best, but that's not a core feature, okay, of opportunity. Let me tell you this. I'm trying to offer additional opportunity by spending that much of time. It's not opportunity channel. It's too much time and value for opportunity channel. Okay, so it's not. So it's a preview of M Club. By M Club, I'm not going to market or highlight. Okay, it's not for mass. So anyway, that's a different topic. But because some of the comments I on the chat on Zoom call realize, they think that this is as if, do you have a recording? Can I get this and that? So I thought maybe I should clarify that if somebody is thinking that this is new opportunity feature, it's not, because the amount of opportunity channel, this is not doable. Okay. NA, I saw some major move, but there could be some good news and there could be bounce, but these bounces are usually day to day, and if you can time well and good. And by the way, you have Spectrum. If you don't have Spectrum, you can request, as long as your subscription is with Opportunity Channel, you can happily use it if you want to. So email me. I'll set you up. Right, it's a quick process. So yeah, so many coins are added, so I don't bother. If anything comes, you look at the spectrum and take decision and so on. So for active coin, because I added all active coins in the spectrum, and for one day I'm not going to go after any coin. It's very hard to time. So MANA is pumped really well, I must say, but this height is no, not enough, right? So we'll see how it does. So if it could break above 1.7, I'm interested, very much interested. 1.7. Otherwise, it's not good enough. So it really need a lot of pump. In fact, if it starts going down, it's a short opportunity. So some pump like this is actually a recipe for the short opportunity, because I would let them pump, and then when the pump is over, when they start going down, that becomes my opportunity for short, and I would keep a stop loss on the recent high. In fact, so here you see it retraced. For example, I would take the short, not that I'll get excited, oh let me take a long because it's moved up. No, it's other way around, because BTC is not healthy, and this coin, I'm not sure if any fundamental change happened, but this is not, it hasn't reached required height. So this level could be my support level. I take this opportunity because this could go down, and then I can get a huge profit out of my short call. Like even if it reaches this, I get 37% on the downside. So this is how so I would not go after the long, I would go after the short. Okay. Next one is Matic. Similar story. This has stopped here near this congestion you see. If this doesn't, there's nothing much except maybe, yeah, there's nothing much. This could reset all the way. Okay, I'm just telling you from a record point of view. Um, there could be some bounce here, so maybe I'll draw some a potential path. Let's say it comes down to this, a bounce here, there's some bounce, but there's nothing. It could come down all the way here. This kind of coin moves a lot, so it's very risky to short because they move a lot, I know. But if amount is small, people can manage, in my opinion. So I explained this method many times, so I'm not going to bore you guys again. This is another change I'm making. I'm not going to repeat good practices now because it was iterated so many times. So nothing more to add. And we are not going to have new users, so I don't have to bother. But okay, someone has joined newly now. I should explain. So that headache is also gone, or overhead now. So I don't have to think. I froze everyone. No new user. Okay, and next one is one. Right? So same story. Um, this could go. This could get us some support at 0.02, and then after that, there's nothing. Yeah. So the current low is a support. So this is example. This is the reset I was talking about. See, render coin. This is a complete near complete reset. When it reaches here, it's a complete reset. So this is one of it. So this is likely to go down, and this is complete reset. So we have an example. Right? So this could land here. 0.62 sand coin, and then some resistance. But this could also go down up to 0.18 or yeah, easily 0.18, 0.2, 0.18 range. This is also complete reset. It had good trial and major bounces, but not able to recover. So this coin went up yesterday significantly 12%, but look at it 7% down. So we don't care now. You see, this is approaching this level. So I believe that this is where it could strike. It was close. So this is around 32, 32. It could land on 32 and give some bounce. But as I mentioned, this so I had zigzag path, if you guys remember. I had a zigzag path, so this, then bounce, right, and then this, the bounce, and then this. So now we are here. So it could come down, a bounce, maybe a little bit of bounce, and then boom, $3, $4. Let me keep it. Right. And if situation changes, I'm going to highlight as I mentioned. So nothing is set in stone, but that current situation, this projection is based on the current situation. If the present changes, will change the future. The future depends on the present. People think about present and they stick to present. They don't change the future. And when the present changes, they're late, often late, and then that's what happens, and then you miss it. So future is just a outward projection of the present. So if you understand the present, you can project the future in a more deterministic way. But and the openness is very important. One has to be open. The TA should not have ego that, oh, I said it's going down and now I have to stick because I said down. No, you can change it. Of course, you cannot change every day. That would be silly. You cannot flip flop every day. That okay, it's down, up, down. You cannot do that. But point is, if you say it's going down today, but if there is a major bounce, some miraculous bounce, he has to reflect that and immediately say, no, you know what? I'm now neutral and potentially positive or long. So that's openness, and that is possible only when we are totally objective, totally unbiased and ego free in a way. Because I think that hurts sometimes because I stated, so I had to stick kind of. This is my favorite coin, so I have to support. There are so many people do that. So that's the thing, and we don't care. We enjoy anything. We enjoy Luna. XRP. Let's look at XRP, the final. So XRP, nothing is gone just now. You see, this is gone. You say buy, right? No matter how big you fan, this is gone. So this is going to come down, like let's say 1.8 probability wise, and all the way here potentially 0.11. This is gone. Right. Anyway, this coin is useless. I'm going to remove this coin is actually nowhere. Nobody's going to use in payment, in my opinion. Okay, people think that, let them hope. This coin, it didn't even make a new all-time high. Definitely this was a star coin in previous bull run because of the community support, but they haven't done anything. They had so many types with so many banks, but they were proof of concepts, though there was no real use case implementation. All fake news. They cheated everyone in a way, right? There was no contract. Literally, there was no contract. Maybe small bank would have done, but we are talking about global adoption. And I used to say this: why bank would do that? You can go for the third party. They won't do, because it's like giving up their data, giving up the ledger. They won't do. I worked in bank. I know ledger is everything. Ledger is everything for bank. That's why banks were against Bitcoin, because if they use support Bitcoin, the ledger goes out. They know that Bitcoin or crypto could be efficient, but they had to protect the ledger, because ledger is business. Business has secrets. You cannot have a public ledger. So people need to understand that why banks were against it. So it's not about whether Bitcoin or crypto is good or bad, but they have to understand that their business secrets goes out. And that's why they reject, not because there's competition. There's no competition. They can buy out any crypto in matter of time. Like overnight they can buy. They have plenty of money. But point is, they would not do. They will prefer to build their own, because then they can have secret thing. Even then they will form a consortium among banks. In fact, DTCC is one of the live examples. It is formed by few banks in the US. They do the settlement clearing. Right? It's a non-profit organization. You can you can search up, but they settle the trade, right? And it was formed. It's a consortium. It's a group formed by banks. Similarly, Visa and Mastercard, it's a separate company, but it was actually started by Bank of America, and other banks supported. So they started, and still the major banks have stocks in it. They have preferred equity, private stocks in Visa and Mastercard. If people don't know, so they are stakeholders. Okay, so all the banks, and it was started by Bank of America. So Visa and Mastercard, they are on face, on surface, different companies, but they are actually under banks control. So we have to understand the game here. They will not let outsider in. They'll do everything to kill it. Okay, but they are smart. If they think, they'll change a narrative and then try to find a way to mix together. So that's how it is. So all these things are not known to crypto people. Those who are not aware of the macro, those who are not aware of the capital market, and I would not blame them, because how would they know if they are not part of it? So it's impossible to know. So that's how it is. So point is, XRP is, it has no use case. Bitcoin at least had narrative of store of value, which is totally hopeless and crap, which we have seen. Store of value, but at least they were able to attract many investors on name of store of value, right? XRP has no store of value use case, no payment use case, because they were not able to make it live with large scalable bank. So that's the thing. But now both Bitcoin and XRP are kind of in the same fate, unless they do something major. So what is major is usability. Any coin could do wonderful thing if they make it usable. In my book, coin right now it's speculative market, but when the products are done, people will ask. So an example, you see, let's say there is construction boom. There's no, you have to pay the advance, because you will not get a plot or whatever bungalow or apartment that you want to book. You have to, that was the case in India 15 years ago, 20 years ago. You had to book. There would not be anything on ground, because there was a real estate demand. You should see that you have to pay in advance. There's absolutely nothing, not even not even a single person on the you would buy your apartment on just piece of paper. This is the land they will show, and then apartment is going to come, and you will pay advance. And a bank were also ready, because they had a business. A bank were even ready, even there was no construction. That was the situation when there was a real estate boom. um right, so in India, I was part of it. So, and I also bought. And it was a interesting time. So the point is, so this crypto is like that. It's a speculative thing that, okay, this project will come up with this service or product, and people will be using and it will appreciate and all, right? And some of them will be able to do, of course, but not all. Most of them will die. So that's what time will tell. Time will expose everyone. So as long as they're constructing, they can say, I release this feature, I release that wallet, this is a patch, various release, they have a roadmap and all. They'll keep on doing it. They'll excite people. Okay, something is coming. Some project leaders are very proactive, like Charles and all. They'll talk every day, and so they'll keep their investor engaged, always engaged, that it's happening. Something big is coming, something big. So they engage and they speculate, like the example I gave. But eventually they'll say, where is my apartment? Where is my apartment? I don't see the apartment. Who is leaving? So that's what happens. So you have what people have coin. To me, if I relate, it's like you have a blueprint of a building or an apartment. You don't have an apartment. That blueprint will turn into an apartment when the coin that you're holding will be in real use. Let me tell you this. I'm going beyond TA, but probably I won't be saying again and again. But all the coins that we have is good for trading long term. You keep only when that blueprint is turning into apartment, livable, okay, livable residence. Then this coin will have value in a long term. This is the only measure in my book, in my view, you can have long. When you talk about long term hold, there were some questions that which coin are you going to hold. It's not about a coin. I said which coin will prove that they're going to be in use. It could be any crap coin at this stage which may become a coin in use. It is possible, and I don't mind. So it's not about a coin. Tell me which coin. And very interesting question I ask. Let's say you hold it, but are you using it? So if you are not going to use it, who is going to use it? Neighbor? No, right? So who is going to do transaction? Because all these transaction are on exchanges. Who is going to do the transaction in the marketplace? So that's the thing. If you are not ready to use your own coin, I mean the coin that you're holding, there's nothing, then who is going to use it? So that's another question I asked, and that is important because ultimately it's all about usability. With that note, I end this session. Open for question, let me know. Thanks.